I'll do like no, 8 + 5 is good. Will anybody pick that time control? That's the question.
I think you will find something. So now, Rafi, you're planning to be in Memphis for some time?
For the time being, yeah, at least till the end of the year for sure.
Okay. All right.
Trying to stay put at this job and just very quietly just get some very crucial skills without complicating my life too much right now. I got several ventures I'm trying to launch, one of which is basically a podcast I've been trying to get off the ground. But I'm, man, struggling so hard to find a reliable virtual assistant who can just do this stuff for me. So that's been another nightmare of a challenge, just going through one after another person over and over and over. And these guys are highly incompetent.
Yeah.
So that's what ties me up. And I don't have the time. I can't sit there and do all this and come home in the evening and, work on my passion projects like a podcast. So I need someone to do it for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also saw you added one more assistant to our group, yeah. So like you hired him as well. It's from India, I saw.
Yeah, that's my main VA right now, and he seemed great and every stuff like when he first started. And, he was looking like a guy that would be play rapid 10-0. It was promising because I'm he with the staffing company and all this stuff, but man, it's still the same kind of issues, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm playing without the delay so I can work on my time management skills.
Okay.
This thing is so annoying. So here it takes, he'll play d4. So I'm gonna just simply shut down this stuff and not allow any of this stuff. Wow, interesting stuff. Oh, my bishop is trapped. I can't play bishop g5 either. Maybe here and here to put pressure in this one. But he has bishop e6 always. Knight e2, bishop d6. Can't even play knight f4. Let me just keep getting my pieces out. Man, it's looking dangerous to castle right now with all these pieces coming my way. Immediately bishop h2 is there, I think. Let's try to wait for a second. Is it possible to castle queenside, play king b1?
Possible, probably.
Is it too risky considering that I'm about to open up this whole side of the board? If I have to take here, for example. What happens if I take this right now, though? Takes, bishop h2. There's no checks. Does he have this? I can take a check here and then move my queen. Takes, bishop e6. I'll move my queen this way or something. I think I can just go for it. If here, bishop e6 takes check, and then I move my queen back over here somewhere. I feel like positionally I'm definitely worse, and well, I'm not worse. I think I am worse, but Slightly worse, but I think to complicate the scenario, I think I gotta go for this type of move right now. I'm not losing a piece here. If he does nothing, what will I do? Oh shit. C2 is a problem. If takes with check and I lose my queen.
I think you have to go queen e4 here. You don't have a choice.
Right, because if I play queen here, my bishop is trapped, right? After b5.
Yeah, a6, b5. So, and he can start with bishop e6. I think we have to take on e4.
Sure. Bishop e6 is also deadly. Ooh. All right, it's getting really risky now.
But let's see. I mean, we have two central pawns. So if we actually hold the position,
Right,
then we
that's it.
probably win.
Yep. We're definitely either winning or losing. All right, so bishop c4, queen c7 is a problem, I think. Bishop needs to come on this diagonal, I think. Do I want to block the file for any reason? Can I play this move? Knight takes here, then I'll have check and win the queen. And bishop c4, then what else could be a problem? b5, bishop b3. Maybe he plays a5 or something like that. Maybe bishop d1. If bishop here.
I think
I better
best is
bring the
to play
bishop
bishop
back
a4.
just in case. I'm sorry?
Yeah, I think it's the best to play bishop a4.
Because I need to keep an eye on the square in case if my queen gets hit with something.
Yes.
Now I'm really tempted to pull it all the way back to d1, honestly, and just not worry
No,
about
maybe
it.
just keep it on b3 first, yeah?
Right, allow him to do that. But did you see he hung his rook also?
Yeah, maybe I'm just looking at it like is it something happening or he just actually blundered?
I mean,
I think we should take the challenge.
I think we should take the challenge. We already took two center pawns. There's a check
Yeah,
coming here.
but okay, king f1, yeah.
Right. It is very risky though. I mean, I can castle. I can't actually. He's gonna. Let's go for it. You know what? Whatever.
Let's go for it.
This guy is going all out.
King
Is there?
f1.
Yeah, I have to because otherwise knight b2 check is coming, right?
Yeah. Okay, so now he's just throwing pieces. Yeah, I think we should come back. Queen
I think here
e4.
maybe.
Yeah, queen e4.
Did you say b4 or queen e4?
No, no,
Queen e4, right?
e4. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Bring the queen back and chase it with a knight. And I'm thinking that maybe even like maybe f3 and king f2 is a possibility to get the other rook out. Should we have really allowed him to take here though?
Yeah, I think it's not a big problem. I think all you have to do is now play queen c2, I guess.
A3?
A3, and we just play f3, yeah? F3, king f2, and I think problem solved.
That's what I'm hoping. F3, he can put some pressure on E3, but I think two defenders, king and bishop, should be okay. have to think about where are my weaknesses in this scenario. If I can just play these two moves, what will he crack?
I don't know.
G6 is maybe coming soon. I have to get the king safe and rook out. Like, I know that much for sure. I'm way behind in development. King has to come out, rook has to come out immediately. His threat is this. Maybe now king here,
King.
bishop here. Can I just simply go back over here somewhere? Why not, right? I have so many squares, like
Mhm.
c6 maybe even. I should just keep
Yeah, you
doing what
have
I'm doing. But
multiple
he has
squares.
knight d3 always as a, so that's the problem.
But 93 is not coming right now, yeah.
Well, after bishop a4, I have to keep the queen where? Or will I go with my queen to keep an eye on d3? That's the question.
I think anyway you should play that. And let's see what he does.
Oh shit.
Okay, that's no problem. I think
G3 or knight
yeah,
g3?
G3.
Oh, there's no delay. Oh shoot. I forgot about no delay. Crap. Dang. Being down this much time is like being down a rook in these kind of short games.
I think E4 as well now, maybe?
You sure you want to open the center?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Gives my king a little square, I guess, to run on. He's gonna try to go for f5.
F5, E5, we'll play. Okay, now I think we can play knight F4. Yeah, that's what I thought.
He'll take and play knight at the check. You
And
know
king
that, right?
E3, just go up. I mean, we have a central
True.
pawn cover, yeah, so
True, true. Take. Maybe he'll just keep the pressure. I think he's playing this to keep a lot of pressure on me. There is a lot to calculate. His pieces are pretty strong.
sometimes, they look strong, but they really actually don't do anything. King
Mhm.
E3, yeah, of course.
Right. I'll
Plus,
play
it's kind of a color
rook
complex game.
here next, maybe.
Or maybe just rook B1 and threaten to take on B5.
Mm, that's even more aggressive and direct. I agree. That puts a rook on a good square, open file, and threatens a capture.
I think it's time to go rook B1. Or maybe
Right
we
now,
can
I'll push it.
actually maybe push first.
G5 is
But
coming.
yeah, that's why I said like maybe rook B1 first is necessary. No, now I think we have to take first here, FE4.
Yeah, but he's taking this and playing queen
And
h3, though. That's the problem.
oh, and that's a big problem.
Mm-hmm. Shit. Hold on. Maybe I can take this bishop now.
Okay. How will that help us?
Well, it's a good question. We just gave up a rook for no reason, right?
Yeah, I think so. That was just a mistake.
Maybe we can check and then play this rook here. Oh, we can't even check. He just did that. Damn. If I take it, then I'm getting checkmated, I think.
Yeah, queen H3 is coming. We're losing the rook. Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay. Let's make him calculate. Shoot. That is a major problem. Gosh, there's nothing. Man, can't believe I lost this.
Well, I think that missed tactics was the key for everything else, yeah.
I think um man, these two bishops were way too strong.
Somehow it was not a very, like, not the ideal position.
Maybe here, knight g3 has to be played.
Knight g3, the same thing, yeah, bishop b5.
Mm.
But can you just go to the start? I think have to look at something here. So normally, I think we just got a bit scared after I mean, when he played. So go from the beginning, from the opening.
One
Like I
second.
don't know why we will not take on e5 basically. Yeah, so here e5. I think we should take, yeah. d4, knight
Then
e4, knight e4. So it's gonna go queen a5 for sure. At least that's what I thought. And just knight d2, queen e5, and knight f3, yeah? Knight gf3. I think I think black has an no, that drops the pawn on d4.
you'll play here.
I thought queen d5, but okay, queen d6 looks also fine. But knight b3 I'll play, and I'm anyway winning the pawn, yeah.
They do something else in this line. I've seen this before, and I've lost when this happens. It's a blitz, popular blitz opening.
Popular blitz opening, you said, right?
Very popular in blitz at my level. Many people do it.
Hmm. Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
I don't know because I think it just throws white off completely. It's not that easy to navigate the complications.
In this lines, yeah.
Yeah, so he'll probably play this move. I've seen this kind of thing before where they play like crazy moves like h5 and stuff. But yeah, they play
Hmm.
like this. So it's not easy to find the moves that I have to play right now. Can't take with the knight. It's pinned.
Hmm.
I mean, really, I mean, it's obviously better for white, or at least equal for white for sure. But in blitz, it's kind of hard to see all these things, I think.
Okay, that's like for sure. But I still thought the position should be, I mean, not that bad for us.
I just didn't want to go into it because I previously have seen something like this where they sacked the pawn and played d4, so I just wanted to avoid all that. But yeah, my move is not the obviously not the best. Like e3 should not be played, right? Because I'm just surrendering to his idea. He's just saying, okay, well, I'm just gonna grab the space, and I'm just saying, okay, do it, which makes no sense.
Yeah,
I'm just giving him free space. To maintain the advantage, I think I have to take it. There's no doubt about that.
but here I already slightly prefer. It looks like just we have not put enough pressure from the opening yet.
Position is still equal after winning the two pawns because of his enough. He has sufficient initiative. I'm so underdeveloped.
Yeah, but this should be lost for black. Yeah, there is no way this can be good for him, right?
Right. I mean, I objectively, yes, in the long game, definitely. But look how tricky it is.
Yeah, like
Queen
you have to
takes,
find some pretty concrete moves. Yeah, anyway.
yeah, very. I think we got too greedy here, man. I think we should have just moved the bishop here and just played the game, and I think I would have won if I had just done that. If we
You
had
mean
just
instead of
simply
going
played,
for?
yeah, I think queen takes eight was way too ambitious. Because I mean, I'm
Looked
not thinking about it. I'm not really getting just. I'm just getting an exchange. I'm not getting a free full rook. If it was a full rook, I wouldn't even think twice before taking it. I'm giving up a really good bishop, which was my only developed piece, right? For a rook that
Mm-hmm.
was doing nothing while I am underdeveloped. So here, did he play check first? Yeah, he did, right?
I think yes.
So I'm losing the ability to castle. King is stuck in the center, and I've got given up my only active piece for an inactive piece. So that is the scenario right now. I think practically this position is not that easy at all. So we brought our queen back. Yeah, there was no way to even protect b2. So if that's the case, then we didn't even win a full exchange. See, now
Oh
you have to
yeah.
find moves like king g1. Like what kind of move is king g1 even?
Yeah, no, this is okay. I mean, as I said, this is already like okay, you are better, but there is a lot of chances to go wrong, yeah. So
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
maybe not the best way to enter in a 10 plus 0 without increment, yeah. This is gonna be too
Look at
difficult.
this. Look at it from this side.
No,
Look
his
how
moves are very different.
yeah, look how easily his pieces are coming out, right?
Yeah, his moves are very natural.
Plug this up, get the queen out, harass the king constantly. He doesn't even feel like he's down a piece because my rook is not doing nothing. He's playing with all of his pieces, right?
Yeah, everything.
I'm playing down a piece basically. And this one is really bad too. Then we had to find these accurate moves. The king had to stay there with no weaknesses made in his pawn cover. And the rook has to come out now through the H file, which I
which
briefly
is
considered for a split
I
second.
I also I also considered that part.
I thought that because the bishops are so active, any kind of pawn, that's why I was so hesitant to play g3. Because I immediately thought, okay, I have no light square bishop. What happens when the light squares?
Mm-hmm.
Like these bishops are really strong here. See, computer doesn't even want to play king f2. And the advantage is completely gone.
Very, very interesting. I mean, it certainly looked like it looked completely different actually when you think about it.
Right.
But now it's just, yeah, it's just
This basically is like a Paul Morphy style game is what he played.
just like sacrificed everything.
Yep. And we didn't even see how we lost. It just happened. Like, okay, this is showing an advantage for white, but you can see like this is very difficult for white to play this position. Practically, there's no way this is an advantage for white, I think. Like in a short time control for sure. In a long game, maybe I can slowly play this out, right? You'd be able to find those accurate moves. This was like game in, I don't know, 6 hours or something like that. But considering I have 2 minutes to his 8 minutes and it's a blitz situation like this, I think this is very difficult for white.
Yeah, no, I mean, given the time control we had, of course, I think it's next to impossible to play this position.
Right.
But okay, I mean, I'm not saying we are like lost or something, but it is much more pleasant to play as, you know, it's easier to play as black, yeah, because his moves are like just way too natural in the position.
Yeah. So here we had to block out that bishop, which I didn't even consider that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We went the wrong direction here again. We had to go to G2, which sounds insane considering he's going to take this, blast this open. But maybe it's not so easy for his rook to come to the G file. It's easy. It's not that easy for him to do anything because now you see this bishop is kind of rendered useless, right? Because it doesn't have those light squares. And just the queen by itself can't checkmate me. And the
Of
rook
course not.
can't get into the game. That's the problem. It's not that easy at all. By then I'll get my rook here and move the quick king over. That's why he's saying queen, I think, here to stop this king from escaping.
Okay, but this requires already like precise calculation, yeah.
From white or black?
I mean, not this position, but to get to this position anyway, we had to look a lot. But king
Right.
e3 also look very natural, yeah, like taking
Right
cover.
now, I
So
think it's easier for white to play.
now it's
Right?
fine, yeah, because the knight is
Yeah.
gone. So
Right. Right. Like I would not think I was gonna lose this game if I got to this scenario, for sure.
mhm.
Like he has no entry, anything, and as soon as this rook gets active, these pawns will start rolling. He'll
I
have a
think I
lot to
think
deal with this.
I think all we need to do is just play the move rook c1 or rook d1, yeah, something
Right.
to get the rook out, and then I think we are already fine.
Yeah. Right. Ooh.
Okay. No issues, Rafi. I think let's go for one more game actually. I think this is what we need to work on anyway.
Sure. One second. I just want to see where did we absolutely lose.
So e5, g5 was forced, yeah? It looks like.
I think yeah, we just have to allow that because we can't let the rook get active. We have to give up a
Yeah.
bishop.
No, I totally missed that he can take on like e4 and then f4 and the king opens up, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Because we are just up by material on paper, yeah. As long as our rooks are not out, it's like we are playing like rook down.
Right. This was the only way to survive. Wow. Look at all these moves. That's a crazy situation though. I mean, if we don't do that though, you know, literally another attacker just joined. We have no defenders. There was no
Yeah.
choice. There was no defense to the king at all. There was no defender. My queen is not in a position to defend, and these two guys are way stronger than any of my rooks. Like these guys are not doing anything, and he has two active minor pieces playing. That's the problem.
Yeah, weak king and knight and bishop plus I mean it's the bishop is actually kind of favoring us because it's an opposite color bishop, but we still need to get our rooks into the game, yeah. As long as we
Right.
don't do that, we are always worse.
Yep. I think this is a very honestly, this thing is a very instructive game, to be honest with you. I learned a lot from this. Just watching how this attack unfolded. This really showed me like the power of development. How
Definitely
important it
is.
is. Just power of piece activity. That was like the first thing my first chess coach, Shrey Smith, he asked me one of the
Yeah.
first questions in our first class ever. He was like, "What's the point of chess?" And I was like, "I don't know, checkmate, blah blah blah." He's like, "No, man, activity." That's what he said. It was one of
I
chess
should.
was activity.
No, but actually it's very true, you know. I mean, unless you get your pieces active and you actually don't do anything with them, you are pretty much like, you know, lost, you can say, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Anyway, okay, let's do one more. Same time
Yeah,
control?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, let me force me to let's try to play no delay because I have a serious problem with time trouble. It's like constantly every game. Even in real life, same thing is happening to me.
Okay, sure.
People play such strange things in these blitz things. What is he trying to do? Takes bishop here. He's gonna checkmate me. Like I love being able to call these people's bluff when they do these kind of openings,
Mm-hmm.
but in short time control, it's so hard actually.
It's definitely more difficult, yeah, in shorter ones.
Yeah.
But okay, this is just like some random sacrifice. It's
I'm wondering if I
theory.
even have time to play bishop g4. I think I do. What is he gonna do immediately here? I don't know. Castles, queen e1, queen h4 type of stuff, maybe. Let's try it. Pretty sure these attacks run something like this.
Yeah, queen e1, queen h4.
That is how he wants to checkmate me. He should have put the bishop here, maybe. Then he could sack everything on f6 and threaten the mate. Um, should I put it here or d6 is what I'm thinking about. Knight d5, bishop f2, knight f4, bishop c2. I don't think that gives me anything. There's a lot of pressure on this side. I'm really scared to castle, but I don't know what to do. Should
I
I just
think
stay in the
either,
center for a while more and play c5 right now?
sure. Just yeah, I think why not? But okay, he's gonna go queen g3 for sure.
G7 is a problem. Gosh.
And also with the queen out, he's also trying to play knight e5 as well.
Yeah. I
So
need
I mean,
to
either
if I
either you just take bishop f3, just to get rid of like your g4 piece, or you need to safeguard it, yeah, like bishop h5, bishop g6, something like that.
Mhm. Basically in this to survive this, I need to be able to quickly play castle, rook e8, and knight f8. Then maybe I have some chances, but then okay, no, then the f6 is a problem actually. I just realized. Actually, I need this bishop to guard some squares over here. Let's do it this way. What if he plays knight e5 right now? Will I take it and then play knight d5? I guess. I'm just worried about this f7 now.
Mm-hmm.
Really, g7 too. These guys are really good at rapid. Either that or I'm really bad.
Tricksters.
Right. Oh gosh, I can't play bishop here. I'm so scared to castle. It looks so scary. Look at all the possibilities. Knight g5, h7, so many things. I have to take it now. I think I should have just played c5 instead of doing all this and just waited to see what would he do first. Like put the queen maybe on some a5 or c7 or something and just wait for a couple more moves to see how does he want to try to attack me.
But this looks okay, yeah. I mean, it's not that bad.
Where is my king going?
I think we can always play queen a5 and long castle.
You don't think my queen's gonna come under a lot of fire with these active bishops?
Yeah, I was expecting knight f3. Do you think it's wise to play knight d5 here?
Bishop d2?
No, no, queen is hanging.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Get rid of one of these guys and then put the other one here. Definitely. But if queen g3, I take, he takes. I have rook g8, right?
No, no, we have bishop f6.
Huh? Oh,
mean, knight d5, yeah, queen g3, knight e3, queen g7. I have bishop f6 is there.
mm. If knight g5 right here, I'll just take the bishop.
Knight g5, we take the bishop, yeah.
Rook's hanging. This is good actually. Now that we got rid of one of those annoying attackers, you know? Because this knight wasn't like basically we're trading this knight for that bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is a win. That guy was doing nothing. Ooh. Did you see that move?
Yeah, I saw, but I already planned h6 for this.
Really?
Pawn h6, yeah.
H or F?
H.
Wow. Forcing a queen trade now.
Yeah, I mean, if I just figured out if I exchanged few things, it cannot hurt me, so.
This is nifty.
And once my queen is on out on e7 and with the dark squared bishops gone, I can actually think of long castle. But I think I'm gonna go short castle as well, yeah, because I think I solved everything here.
He's gonna leave the bishop and queen here, by the way,
No,
I
he
think.
he can't leave the bishop. Yeah, I will take with the bishop first. So he has to do something.
Oh, we're just gonna take on g5. Right. Yes, correct.
Mhm.
Wow. That's gosh.
Oh, I so want to take on g5 now.
Knight takes.
Queen takes.
Queen f7, then king d8. You want to play this position, you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, I think because it's a dark square, yeah, he doesn't, I mean, there isn't any pieces left to attack, so I think we should just go for it.
Last game. We're also threatening to take this next move. After queen f7, king d8. But surely he'll just take on e6 though.
It's okay, yeah, we can go king c7 after that. Or maybe we can first play knight f6, like, oh no, queen e6 he cannot do. Queen e3 trades off the queen.
Right. That is also correct, yes. I really hope he does take it and doesn't see this. I'm sure he'll see it though. It's not that hard to miss this. So now what's the plan? I think we need to... Thank God. Wait, am I missing something? Check, takes.
Although maybe even knight f4 was possible as well. But okay, yeah, this is fine. We should
Oh,
trade the queens.
but this, yeah, I think this is better, right? Because we're up a piece.
I mean, yeah, like he will get rook f7 and stuff, but I think we can still defend that like momentary attack. I think we should be able to at least. Like
He
rook
gets rooks.
f7.
Oh, this b7 is a problem too, huh?
No, we will not move the knight. We will just play king c7, and then I think I think we are okay in that position.
Is there any chance of the e3 knight getting trapped?
No, I don't. E3 knight can always come back at e5. So let's just go king c7. We need to activate.
Yeah, but I think maybe you're right. That would have been better, trading up just the bishop. But these rooks now, bishop and rook are very, very active. And king safety is a concern. Although after rook g7, I have rook g1. Or sorry, rook g8. Come back this way, I think.
I think let's play rook e8 maybe first. Yeah, rook a e8.
Right. Not allow this rook e7.
Yeah.
But now if rook g7,
We can come back, yeah, with the knight. I mean, g7 he could have taken any time, right?
he couldn't last move though because I was threatening rook g8, trading off the rook or taking on g2.
We will just come knight d5 and anyway it will get traded off. Like rooks will get traded off.
Does he have to?
I think so. If he doesn't, I will anyway play rook e7 and everything is defended. Plus, you don't even have to trade rooks like mandatorily, yeah, in the position as well. But I
Yeah.
think yeah, we can do that. Okay, now I think we should just play g5 and defend it. No, just play
Oh
g5,
yeah.
defend the. I
Yeah,
gave
sure,
you a
sure.
chance.
Right. He didn't take it. I agree. But if c4, then followed by king f2 or rook here. This knight, I feel like, is in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, you think?
Here. No, that doesn't really solve the problem. He'll just take back, and this is still a thing. But at least we have a check. King f2, where this knight is still in trouble.
Maybe let's go c5 maybe then, or b5 maybe if the knight is under trouble, or maybe we can, I don't know, rook e6 also looks pretty good to me.
And trying to double.
Yeah,
He's gonna play c4, c5, and bishop c, or sorry, bishop b1. Well, that's too many moves. Never mind. But also we have to worry about this move and that move.
no, bishop f5 I will take, yeah, like knight f5, rook e6, knight d4, and I think I should be winning that one.
Mm. And if this move happens, I just take, and he
I think
takes.
I think okay, now we just take.
To be careful though, because he has rook e7 at the end of the line.
Rook e7, rook d8, yeah. So that's the end of everything, I guess.
How will I unpin? I don't need to, I
c5,
guess.
king
So.
c6, or c5. We just need to play c5. Black pawn c5, king d6, and it's unpinned.
Mhm. True. Sure, he'll play that.
I think he might actually go b4, but I'll still play king d6, or maybe b6. Okay, c5, just c5.
Oh, never
No,
mind.
that was not working.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess now maybe king d6.
Oh no. Wait, never mind.
Why?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's fine. It's
I
fine.
didn't. I realized that this is hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Does he see our threat? Oh, he does. Wait,
Okay,
what if I play
king.
this now? We have to play this.
Yeah, now we can play that. Yeah,
If
let's go
check,
for. That doesn't matter. We just go back. It's fine. I mean, rook at 6, we just go king e5.
takes rook.
Yeah, it won't be so easy. You can pre-move, yeah.
How do I coordinate my pieces now? I'm like trying to
I
think of
think
how.
black is much better coordinated, yeah.
What about these pawns?
I think we need to just play b6. Okay, now king f6. No, f6.
Check, knight g6.
Yes.
Then if he comes back and tries to attack these,
knight e7 will play. Okay, now first maybe let's just play king g6.
I have an idea actually. We're gonna trap this rook
King
almost.
g7, yeah, king g7.
This knight's coming here now.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
If we manage
knight
to play
here
knight
and knight
e6,
here.
if we play, I mean, I think he's gonna play h4. But yeah, we still take. And anyway, play knight g6.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is a bit tough, but knight f4, knight gf4. No, the other one. The
Shit.
other one.
Yeah, I just saw it as soon as I did it. Shit. No, he can't take it anyway.
Yeah, he cannot take, but the other one was okay, just come back, maybe. Okay, or just b6. Yeah, but you gotta play fast.
Yeah. Oh, I could have checked and picked up this one.
Anyway, go there. Anyway, yeah. And
I
b3,
should.
knight c1.
Right.
Oh, wait. b3, you can play knight h4, knight h4, knight h4, knight h4, other knight to h4.
I just saw it.
Now you can play knight c1 after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just knight c1. This is lost.
Hopefully, unless he takes my
This is
pawns.
game for sure. It's gonna lose everything.
How can you get to my pawns is the question, though.
Take. Just push. Yeah, no. Knight. I think you need to play a5
Oh,
and a4. Yeah, we are
yeah,
running
yeah.
away. Just keep pushing. Yeah.
He's not gonna catch my pawn, right?
Yeah.
Give a bunch of checks. Oh shit! I almost stalemated him.
He has the cheap pawn.
I literally don't know how to check me with king and queen. Oh shit.
Okay.
It's so hard to do this. So like I don't, I never do like bullet.
But okay, this was still. I think the opening part was okay, and I think his like middle game bluff was caught basically in this game.
Mm.
But you can see, yeah, these guys, they're very tricky when it comes to this speed chess. They always choose openings which are not so correct. I mean, like, theoretically. But if you play naturally, or if you play like some logical moves which you are very well known, you might end up losing the game like straight away.
Every game I'm running into these traps, and these traps are not like bluffs. Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
designed to make you think and waste
Mm-hmm.
clock time. And they're not like they're objectively worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
But practically, I think they carry a lot of weight at my level. Like it's not,
No,
if
I
they were
think,
playing you, I'm sure it wouldn't work. But they're not playing you, right? They're playing someone like me who's
yeah,
expecting
exactly.
logical, normal moves, and then they're just throwing these things and making me waste clock time. And then to try to maintain the good position, I'm having to give the clock time. And then at the end, my position is getting worse because I don't have time.
Yeah, actually, what I realized was they are choosing these kind of openings where you don't feel like a big threat. I mean, it's not like a trap, yeah, like the Geico piano or like, some sort of that kind of trap. It's more like they have just given up a pawn and they're developing some sort of a play, right? And when
Mhm.
you are trying to like play naturally and you follow the opening principles, yeah, when you have no idea what to do. So you follow the principles and then you get into a difficult position where it will be defendable, but you have to find like accurate moves, yeah, and it's not just one accurate move. It is a series of accurate moves. That's where they're trying to catch us, basically.
Right.
I mean, this gambit, I remember when I was like 1900 and all, I used to face these kind of gambits over the board, and you think, okay, you are pawn up and stuff like that, but it's not so easy to win in general as well.
Yeah. They're presenting real choices. I mean, none of my moves were illogical out of the opening. I don't think, at least. But still, look how much we had to struggle.
Yeah, of course. No, I mean, here the conversion was obviously much simpler, but I think we messed up at some point and allowed him some sort of play. But I still think that White also messed up a bit. Yeah, I mean, he should have some more compensation of that position. So overall, I would still stick to this thing that it's not so easy. Yeah, I mean, it's always like a bit tricky.
See, computer doesn't even want to take the F3.
Yeah, computers won't capture those things. Yeah, like for example,
Wait, why
computers will
not? I
play
thought
a move
computers
like
will absolutely capture to show that,
no, no,
okay,
no.
it doesn't
Computers
work.
will play E5 or something. The previous computers would have captured. I think the new generation ones, they will just play E5. You know, they focus on like development, yeah, like more active.
They're valuing the development over the material gains.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting to me, because if that's the case, right, then this
Mhm.
F3 is not even that bad.
Actually, I think your opponent has some sort of a like probably a misunderstanding of the position. Can you go back to the third move? Yeah, so here I think knight c3, like if just make the move knight c3, d takes e4, yeah? And now f3 is actually a line. So e takes f3 and knight takes f3. So this is actually a line here. Like it's a proper theory. I think maybe this is what he wanted to try.
Yeah. Well, maybe he didn't want to try this. Maybe he tried to throw me off by making me think that he's going to do the same standard thing here, but instead threw in c3 instead of knight c3. A lot of these people prepared these openings
These
for
kind of
their
sidelines, yeah.
trickiness to throw people off, because he would have, because most people would expect this, right? So he makes a slight little variation for himself,
Mm-hmm.
because they're designing these things to gain clock time, I think.
No, obviously, yes.
Because look how hard I have to think through all those complications.
No, it's
He
basically
doesn't
like
have to
you're
do
out
any
of
of that.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
just gonna
it's
move his pieces, right?
yeah, yeah.
Castle
For him, it's so easy.
here,
Yeah, like
here,
he's just developing.
here. Every move is within seconds. Like, look
So
at the
it's
some of the moves. The
no,
complications. Sorry, go ahead.
what I understood was that they are playing this because you will anyway play the game as if you are playing like a middle game from move number 3 or 4. Yeah, it's not an opening anymore for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you start thinking too early in the game, and they just play like logical moves.
Right.
Automatic moves.
Because
So that's why the
they're
time.
gonna play their same moves anyway, right?
Yeah, no
After
matter
this,
what you do.
there's nothing to think here. I have to think, okay, he has an open F file. I need to now start preparing. How will I defend this position, right? What is the proper defense I can create here? Because A, I have less space. B, he has an open active file. C, I'm less developed than him. There's three things working against me at the cost of just one pawn he gave me. And that pawn is not even an important one right now. He wants the F file open anyway.
That is true.
So I honestly think that these kind of gambits, to accept them is really, in the speed chess, it's actually equal.
Very tricky.
Maybe even worse for the person accepting the gambit.
Yeah, definitely.
I very strongly consider playing e3, by the way, and start taking this.
Actually, maybe in like for example, for the faster time formats, maybe E3 is like a much better choice.
Yeah, just to throw them off too, right?
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
they
yeah.
have to also think. Their moves are not coming
Hmm.
natural anymore.
And they don't have so many open lines as well.
Mm-hmm. I have to consider my strength and their tricks. Can
Yes.
my strength and calculation abilities survive their tricks? Because if I were you, obviously I would take these pawns, right? Prove them this doesn't work and survive because I'm calculating better, I'm finding the moves. But I'm not a 2400, I'm 1800. So I have to consider in these type of scenarios, is it worth it for me to go into those complications when knowing I'm gonna defend for a while at the cost of just one pawn? He's getting all that. I think most of the time it's not worth it. I think I should just decline those kind of things.
Yeah, yeah, if you look at it in that way, probably yes. Like, you just don't need to take it, yeah.
Right. At least not take it under a favorable scenario that they recognize.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Benko is like the perfect example I can think of. I never take the X of the Benko Gambit. Black's play is so easy after that. The
Um,
whole game, everything is just so simple, right? Put the bishop on G7, go after B2, attack on C file, B file, all game long, and black will just sit there and defend. I mean, the white will defend the whole game.
Actually, if we are just talking about the Benko, I think Benko is a very good opening to play for, like from the black side, yeah, because the
Mm-hmm.
moves, as you said, yeah, no matter what you do, you anyway play the same moves, right?
Right.
Like nothing changes, you can say that.
Yep.
So I think, I always felt that in the Benko, especially, like for the club players, yeah, Benko
Mm-hmm.
is kind of a great opening, I would say,
Yeah.
because you can't go wrong in the Benko, yeah.
Right. It's almost impossible, right?
Like whatever you play, it's the same thing. Like
Yeah.
no matter what you do, it's the same thing, yeah.
And even if white manages to king onto the pawn and survive all the way, right? You'll still have usually gotten enough positional advantages and initiatives to keep playing the endgame down that pawn. Like I
True.
hardly ever remember when I used to allow the Benko. Nowadays I don't even allow it. When I used to allow it, I would do all the right things. I would play the A4, put the knight, block the B file on, knight B4, all this kind of stuff, right? And I would
Mhm.
keep the extra pawn and have a decent position, but still the pressure would be felt the whole game.
And eventually, if you think a lot, you will be running out of time and getting a
Yeah,
time pressure where the
right,
position will be like plus equal, but again, it will be like series of accurate moves and you will falter. Yeah, somewhere you will mess
right,
up.
right. So we played
Actually,
all the best moves even in this game. Look at this. We played all the perfect moves, pretty much.
yeah, so just rook e8 straight away. Yeah, here, queen e3. I was sure that knight f4 has to be played here because the queens. Your queen is a very good defender of the position as well. It's pretty much the
Mhm.
only defender, yeah, apart from the d7 line. So I was thinking knight f4, and he cannot do anything. He has to play queen e4 or something. No, this is just lost, yeah. He cannot survive this one. He's a rook down now. Rook is too much, yeah. Now I just go queen g5, queen d5, and everything is sorted. No. This he cannot survive. He's a rook down.
Yeah.
So basically, I was thinking that he would go. He has to go queen e4, which is kind of forced. And now I'm just going to take on d3, and he takes, and I just play king c7, yeah, and it looks everything is fine. This is what I thought that time. But I also thought, okay, maybe we can, just exchange the queens and it's not going to be that big of a problem as well.
Well, he had a lot of pressure even after the queen exchange, which was surprising to me. I thought that that's it. I didn't realize how quickly his rooks would double up on the seventh rank like that, or could
No,
potentially do so.
there is counterplay. I think there is some sort of a counterplay. I cannot say that it's so easy.
Yeah, white's only slightly worse.
Yeah.
These are very instructive to me. I think I feel like I'm learning some new type of things from this kind of scenarios.
I
Because I don't
think
really
I think
face this over the board at all, right? In long games, nobody does that. But in these short games, I think it makes me understand the power of initiative and development and open and activity.
definitely yes. Actually, that's one thing which everybody should be like well aware of, this initiative stuff.
Right.
Also, since you play more, how to say, it's more like, structured, and like you don't go for these kind of gambity stuffs, yeah, on your own. It's always more
Hmm.
difficult to play against these things because it's kind of
Right.
like against your style, yeah.
Yeah. I don't ever experience this.
Yeah, that's why I always
Over
feel
the
that.
board chess, US in the US, nobody does these kind of things unless they're playing short time control. I mean, in big cities, I've seen this kind of stuff
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, but like they don't go this aggressive. They play weird openings. Like I see that all
But
the
not
time,
this.
but they don't just play down a pawn like that. They don't have that kind of boldness here.
No, I think this is a very blitz kind of thing. Oh, by the way, I
Yeah.
can see that for C5, C4, C5 is suggested. Yeah, this is what I predicted as well. It was the first move that came to my mind was C5. Remember, I told you, yeah, we should play
Mhm.
C5. Now, here, I think, Rafi, here the thing is, as you mentioned, yeah, like some players actually are pretty good at these kind of initiative positions. Like I remember my childhood days as well. There were players who will just play, like their entire repertoire consisted of like King's Gambit, Evans Gambit, and stuff like that, which are
Mhm.
in general, yeah, like theoretically proven dubious openings. And these guys also won't be like playing so strong in like general matches. But whenever the time control gets faster or game gets into a time pressure kind of situation, all of a sudden they play pretty well.
Mhm.
So I think it's
Right.
also that. I mean, I think one big reason is since you always play principal chess, you are not familiar with these kind of uncompromising positions as well.
Right.
So that's why,
I don't know how to handle initiative on both sides of it. If I have it,
yeah,
I don't know what to do
and
with it.
also
If I
while
don't have
defending
it, I don't
against
know
it.
how to handle it.
No, this is a very common problem, Rafi, and I also, by the way, was a victim of this exact thing. Since I used to play, like you, Petrov, Roy Lopez, like all principal stuff, yeah. So when somebody will come up and play Blackmire, Deemer, Gambit, and stuff like that, it's just
Mhm.
like I could not handle the complications because I just don't know what type of moves I should be looking for.
Right.
The same goes for you, yeah. Like I told you, yeah, in this game, if you remember, I told you at some point that you should probably just take on F3 in
Yeah,
this
like they
particular
get rid of the
game.
knight earlier with the
Yeah,
bishop, right?
just get rid of it. So it is a general thing because I'm a pawn up and I can exchange. But my main idea was that I have seen people lose games because the queen has moved away and knight e5 comes and g4 hangs and something, something starts falling apart. Yeah. So
Right.
this, like this feeling or this kind of, apprehension, that's what you need to actually first develop. Then you can only play on initiative, or else it's always very difficult.
Well, I'm familiar with the idea of getting rid of the light square bishop on a Caro Kann, right? You're putting pawns on dark squares and get rid of the light square bishop quickly.
Yeah,
In that particular scenario, I was a little hesitant because, well, it's not I was hesitant. I thought that I could reroute this bishop to g6 and trade it for that
yeah,
guy,
but
or
when
make him
it's
trade here and then get the doubled. So then I could kind of, have some protection. But yeah, like I've lost many games like that. I know many types of games where they played this bishop was hanging, this was hit, blah blah blah. So I kind of
hmm
sensed that as well. I just didn't know how
hmm
to like navigate the situation. But what's crazy to me is even in this end game, it's just equal. I
Yes.
thought I was certainly better here. Like it's crazy to me how much like this activity stuff has worked.
Yeah, definitely. Because like two rooks on seventh rank and the equal pawns, yeah. So materially we are not like that far. Bishop and a
Yeah.
knight is still much better, but two knights is always like not so great, yeah.
Hey,
But I
here he
think
only got himself.
yeah, he obviously cannot lose this one, but he just okay, I think the technical part he couldn't handle. But these kind of positions always will be a draw, yeah, because all white needs to do is like exchange pawns on the queen side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By the way, for example, if I was white here, I would be
Wow.
probably the one trying to win.
Here we can't even check and take this.
No, no, our
We're
knight is
losing
hanging
both knights and we're down his king is gonna be
pawn,
closer. Oh yeah, I guess he
and
gets to
down
keep
a
the
pawn
pawn
as
too.
well. Mhm.
Man.
Yeah, now it's lost.
Yeah.
Now it's
It's
lost. He
still
has
not
two pawns.
it's still tricky because his king was just so active.
Yeah, but I think we have just too many pawns. Yeah,
Honestly, I didn't even see this move. If you hadn't said a5, I don't think I would have even played a5 ever.
but
I
you
would have
play
played
knight
knight
f5.
a5, knight c5, knight
That is
c4.
also winning. That is also winning.
But I should have been able to see this right away, like that the king is behind the pawn.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. Of
such an
course. I mean,
obvious thing.
yeah, yeah. Of course, it's the safest one.
But here it was like a nightmare for me trying to coordinate this two pieces. I had no idea how I'm going to checkmate him. And I almost stalemated him multiple times, as you saw.
Yeah, but okay, he had G pawn, so it's okay.
It's crazy. So how can I improve in this type of thing, you think? Like just these being able to carry out these checkmates. Do you think I should just play it's just for the next couple of weeks, months or whatever, play without the increment?
I think if you're trying to play fast, uh, I think the best way is to actually play some bullet games where you can increase your mouse speed.
Hmm.
This thing will come automatically once you recognize the pattern. Yeah, like for example, I'm pretty sure like any title players will checkmate without even losing like a second from here. It's
Really?
just like yeah, yeah, for sure.
So just to tell you how much off from that I am, I had zero core idea what I was doing. I was just randomly moving pieces. And if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
had
I
given me
saw that.
another, let's just say I had to make all of my moves in 3 seconds, and you gave me an infinite number of moves, I still don't think I could checkmate him, to be completely honest with you.
Wow. Well,
That's
I
how off my quick thinking
mean,
is. That's why I keep telling you is that I've told this to other coaches. They all keep saying, no, 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 don't do it. I really think I should play more speed chess just to improve my quick
no,
reaction
but
times.
right now, Rafi, I think it's kind of like a mandate thing, yeah, that you have to play. Like for example, I was playing that time, online chess was not so developed. So that time, the notion was that if you play fast chess on the computer, your regular chess gets affected, yeah, which is kind of true. But right now, you can see that speed chess is already a part of our game. Like it's like
Right.
official now. So if you see the new guys, yeah, like for example, Nihal Sarin, and I mean, pick any actually, like Botnik, Daniel Narodsky, and everybody, yeah, like they're amazing bullet players as well. Yeah, it's not just like classical chess or something.
Right.
So I think now you can play. Plus, I also don't think that you are playing too much of classical chess that a regular bullet or blitz or rapid can actually affect your thought process. So I don't think you should shy away from any of these things.
I really don't think so. And considering I've never done it in my entire life, I don't remember any ever in my entire life where I spent like more than, I don't know, a week at a time playing bullet.
Mhm.
I can literally count on my fingers how many times I've played bullet chess in my entire life.
Mhm.
So I think honestly, like think about it, like I'm taking too much time, right? And when it comes to these kind of scenarios, I can't like figure out a simple king queen checkmate. If you gave me 2 seconds to play this thing out, so look at my time. I had zero point 0.2 seconds. Like I would have lost this game.
Yeah,
I
he. I
basically did
mean,
lose this game. They look at my time.
I mean, you wouldn't lose. It will be declared a draw. But I think, of course, you should have checkmated, or at least you can flag him. Like give him
Like you
like
said, almost any strong player, I would think at least, anytime anyone over 2200, I don't think they need any seconds at all to checkmate from here, right? They would be able to
they can
pre-move.
checkmate, just pre-move and checkmate. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so hearing you saying that, I'm telling you, if you gave me an infinite number of seconds, or sorry, infinite number of tries, but only gave me 2 seconds here, I honestly don't think I would be able to coordinate a checkmate. I don't think so. Because look at my last move in this position. After this, I played here, clearly showing that I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not, my moves are not logical. Look at the moves that I played here. None of them are coordinated towards any kind of goal at all. I'm randomly moving pieces.
True.
This has to be a weakness. There's no way this can be considered just a, oh, you like it's gotta be a something I gotta work on, I think. Because that will help me to calculate, like, when I have a regular scenario, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
just slowly calculating. Okay, he goes here, he goes here, he goes here. And I don't have that instinct, like quick, okay, this move made, okay, boom, boom, boom. Like 4 or 5 moves I should be able to calculate within just a couple of seconds. I don't think I have that kind of capacity. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
playing a little bit faster, especially in these kind of time scramble situations, it almost like trains your brain to be more instinctive in some ways, which I can see if you're just doing that all the time, it's bad. But if you're doing it in a controlled, practiced way, I don't think it's that
Mm-hmm.
bad.
No, I think right now, Rafi, there is nothing as like control. Yeah, you should play it. Like you have to do. I mean, you can keep on playing as much as you want. I don't think it will affect your game. Rather, I actually believe it increases, this like your hand-eye coordination. Yeah, like
Right.
mind-hand eye coordination. So you must play this one. Like right now, I think it's just the times have changed. Yeah.
Right. You
So I mean,
see,
the faster you adapt, the better it is.
right. Even here.
Like here, Rafi, yeah, I'll just tell you, like people, let's say, I mean, go back a bit. Like when you promoted to the queen, I'll tell you how like title players play. Yeah? So they will realize that in this position, the thing is white cannot do anything, right?
Mhm.
So they will pre-move queen d4 here,
Mm.
and they will play king g6, king g5, king g4. They will just put the queen on d4. So it won't stalemate and they will pick
Mhm.
up the g4 pawn. Like, for example, if I had like 1 second in the position, yeah, I will just play queen d4,
Mhm.
pick up the pawn on g4, march my king to d3, and then pick up on c4.
So you just pre-move all this.
Yeah, I'll just pre-move everything. King g4, king f4, king e3, king d3, queen
That
c4.
buys you time to think about it, right? By doing
Yes.
this automatic, you're thinking about how you're gonna checkmate.
Yeah, of course. And here I won't even try anything, yeah. I will just go pick up the c4 pawn with my king or something. Because once you don't have material like any pawns on the board, then I cannot lose it.
Oh, that I didn't even think about that idea.
Okay, so I will just pick up everything. I mean, it's not necessary, but I'll just pick up everything. And with every capture, I also delay the 50 move rule as well, right?
That's
So I
all.
will
These
just
are all true, but also I think this you're buying yourself time to think about
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, of course, of course.
configuration you
I'm
need to
looking,
actually deliver the mate.
and not just that, yeah, I'm also looking at your pattern of moves. Like I'm looking at where you are also moving your king,
Right,
which area you are also pre-moving, yeah, at that point.
right.
So I can do some sort of like a preemptive strike, yeah. Like for example, if I know that you will play king b8, king b7, at some point when you will play king b8, I will just play queen to d7,
Right.
and then you are cut off, yeah. Then all I have to do is just bring the king to b6 and play queen d8. It's gonna be a checkmate. I'll pre-move everything.
Man, there's so much to that. Yeah. I
Yeah,
do not think like that at all, what you're describing right now. Hmm. Interesting.
yeah,
Cool, man. Well, let's work on some of this. Maybe we'll do some warm-up stuff with
sure,
this kind of
sure,
stuff or cool down at the end of the class. I think this is
definitely,
an area that
definitely.
I really should improve. Just if nothing else, just to make chess more fun. I think that's part of it too.
I think yes. I mean, this is much more fun and it's more relaxing as well. Yeah, that's also
Yeah.
important.
Yep. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
okay.
Cool,
Okay,
man.
all right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anwesh.
Yeah, see you, Rafi. I'll catch you tomorrow
Okay.
if possible.
Yep. Yeah, we'll try to
Yeah.
play, play tomorrow
Okay.
as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, take
Bye.
care. Bye.